exercise. It makes you happier, healthier, stronger, and better equipped to live out your final years with dignity and freedom. It's one of the most wholesome and effective tools we have to improve public health. But in 2024, the city of San Francisco hired someone who doesn't quite agree. At least, not in the way you'd expect from a public health consultant. This is Virgie Tovar, a self-described fat activist who was recently brought on by the San Francisco Department of Public Health. Her role? To consult on weight bias and stigma in health initiatives. On paper, that sounds fine, even commendable. But when you dig deeper into Virgie's views, you realize she's not just critiquing stigma, she's questioning the value of health behaviors themselves. And most recently, she's taken aim at exercise. Let's talk about why that's a problem. Virgie Tovar has been a prominent voice in the fat acceptance and body positivity movements for years. She's written books, given TED Talks, and spoken at major universities like UC Berkeley. She argues that body diversity is natural, that health is a social construct, and, most controversially, that no one has a moral obligation to be healthy. And that last point, that's what's got a lot of people talking. If you're advising a public health department, it should go without saying that you need to be interested in health. You don't have to run marathons, but you should support basic behaviors that improve well-being, like sleep, nutritious food, and yes, exercise. So when someone with anti-exercise rhetoric is brought into a public health role, it raises eyebrows. Because it's one thing to challenge harmful stigma, it's another to discourage the very behaviors that help people thrive. Recently, Virgie hosted a workshop called Reclaiming Movement After Diet Culture. Sounds positive, right? But here's how she defined movement. Laugh, breathe, cry, hug your pals, run for the last slice of pizza, make tea, bend over to pet your dog, have sex, exist. That's not movement, that's existing. And while we should support gentle activity for people at any size or stage, conflating breathing with exercise isn't just silly, it's harmful. Exercise doesn't have to mean CrossFit or ultramarathons. It can be a walk around the block, gardening, swimming, dancing. But it does have to raise your heart rate, challenge your body, and promote adaptation. Telling people that movement is the same as existing is like telling them eating a Tic Tac is the same as a full meal. It's just not. Virgie also gave a presentation to government employees with 4 tips for reducing weight bias at work. 1 tip: talk less or not at all about exercise. Really, not even mention it. That's like saying don't talk about water in a fire safety meeting. Exercise is one of the most powerful health interventions we have, even for people who never lose a single pound. It improves mood, reduces the risk of chronic disease, supports cognitive health, and increases longevity. So asking people not to talk about it, at work of all places, is not only extreme, it's counterproductive. Virgie's views go beyond exercise. On a recent episode of Dr. Phil, she was asked a simple question. If you could press a button and end childhood obesity, would you? Her response: she didn't answer, she dodged. She shifted the conversation to body diversity. Let's be clear, childhood obesity is not a form of body diversity. It's a medical issue. It's associated with higher risks of diabetes, joint problems, low self-esteem, and long-term chronic illness. You can support kids at all sizes without pretending that obesity is just a natural variation. We had far lower rates of childhood obesity in the 1970s. And it wasn't because kids back then had better genes. It's about food, movement, and environment. If you want to open a cigar shop or a casino or run a body positivity blog, fine. But if your job is to improve the public's health, then you should at least believe in the basic principles of health. Virgie doesn't seem to. Her workshops devalue exercise, her talks downplay obesity, and her ideology encourages people to redefine health out of existence. This isn't just about disagreeing on ideas, It's about whether those ideas serve the public, especially vulnerable populations. And no, this isn't about shaming people. It's about lifting them up, encouraging progress, supporting better lives. You deserve to live a life with strength, mobility, energy, confidence, and dignity. That doesn't come from breathing. It comes from training, from eating well, from moving your body, even if it's hard. Virgie Tovar has every right to express her views, but when those views actively discourage life-saving behaviors, like exercise, we need to push back. Public health should be about empowering people to live better lives, not telling them that simply existing is enough. Thanks for watching. Stay strong, stay moving, and remember, health is not a look, it's a process, and it's worth it. If you found this video helpful, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it.